Hey, Mike Dillard here, and I wanted to share this quick video with you because many people who've known me for a while have been asking me how I've managed to predict so many of the things that have happened with the economy over the past couple of years, and how I've managed to make what is essentially a small fortune while most people have lost a big piece of their portfolio or a substantial amount of their retirement. So grab a pen and a piece of paper real fast, because I'm going to show you how I've managed to do that. Now, the first thing you need to do is write down the numbers 1 through 7 real fast. And then the number 280. And then below that, the number 9. Okay? So here's the deal. I've been studying the economy and investing like a madman since 2007. Once I learned about the inevitable implosion of the mortgage industry, which is actually just one of several major issues that are going to have an impact on the financial situation of you and your family over the next 6 to 36 months. And the reason for the haste is that the biggest disasters always bring about the biggest opportunities, which is why more people became millionaires during the Great Depression than any other time in history. And I think that is freaking awesome. So the only difference between then and today is that the scope of the disaster and the scope of the opportunity for people like you and I is just 10 times greater than it was back then. So here's how I knew what was coming. Since the beginning of recorded history, every major empire like America has gone through a 7-stage life cycle, which you can actually track by the state of its currency. So in stage number 1, a country starts out with good money, which is either gold or backed by gold. And this is the case going all the way back to the days of Rome, when they actually had gold and silver coins. And for the U.S., our currency was backed by gold up until 1971. Okay, so number 1, I want you to write good money right there, okay? Now, stage number 2 is, as a country develops economically and socially, it begins to take on more and more economic burdens, adding layer upon layer of public works projects and social programs like food stamps, for example, okay? So we're going to put, for number 2, social programs right there. And then moving into stage number 3, as a nation's economic affluence, let's put it that way, grows, so does its political influence, and it increases expenditures to fund a massive, massive military. And obviously this is really easy to follow in the case of Russia and the United States back in the Cold War, right? So we're going to put military for number 3, and then we're going to move into stage number 4. Now, eventually, these nations put that military to use, obviously, and expenditures absolutely explode. And we saw that first in the Cold War, again in the Iraq War number 2, and now the war on terrorism, obviously, okay? So we're going to put military, and I'm not spelling this right, money goes through the roof, okay? It absolutely explodes. Well, stage number 5 comes into play at that point. And to fund these wars, the costliest of man's endeavors, these nations start to steal the wealth of the people by replacing their money with currency that can be created in unlimited quantities. And we saw this happen in 1971 around the era of Vietnam and President Nixon, when we went off the gold standard, okay? So right here, let's put off gold for stage number 5, all right? Now, this typically happens at the outbreak of a war, as in the case of World War I, during a war, as in the case of Vietnam, or as a perceived solution to the economic ravages of previous wars, as in the case of Germany after World War I, and it could in many ways be stated the case of the United States today with the war on terror. All right, that leads us to stage number 6, and at this point, the wealth transfer caused by the expansion of the currency supply starts to take place, and it starts to be felt by the population as severe consumer price inflation, triggering a loss of faith in the currency. So for number 6, let's put inflation. And that leads us to stage number 7, the final stage. And at this point, an en masse movement out of the currency into precious metals, commodities, and other tangible assets takes place. the currency collapses, and a massive amount of wealth is transferred to those who had enough foresight to position their money into the right asset classes beforehand. Now, we are right here between stage 6 and stage 7. Well, let's put currency dies for stage 7, okay? Now, if you go back and you think about where we're at today, we're right here, smack dab in the middle of 6 and 7, in this lovely area right here, all right? So, the primary symptom of stage number 6 is price inflation. And during the calendar year of 2010, which we're just now ending, we've already seen massive spikes in the average commodity price due to inflation of 46%. That's everything bundled together on average. Some items like cotton as much as 100% in price inflation. And this is just a minor hint at what is to come, okay? So obviously, if inflation is stage number 6, it's here, and we're starting to see it in a very big way. But we haven't moved into stage 7 yet. That's going to take place in the next 6 to 36 months. So knowing all of this stuff back in 2007, I was able to position my money into certain asset classes that increased in value as the economy and the dollar sank, helping me to earn a return of up to 280%, while most of the world lost 30 to 40% of their portfolios and retirement funds. And if history is any indicator, I expect that 280% number to end up closer to this or more in the next 36 months. So here's the critical piece to pay attention to. This move from here to here, from stage 6 to 7, has already begun, and it's going to represent the largest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind because we are now a bridged global economy, and this is affecting every nation around the world. And what's going to happen is all of that wealth is going to transfer from people who don't understand what's going on to the few who do, okay? And I count you in the category of people who do from this point forward now that you've seen this video. Now, if you just stand still and keep doing what you've been doing, stage number 7 right here represents bankruptcy for you. I'm sorry to say, you end up on the losing side of the wealth transfer. But if you position your assets correctly before we get to stage 7, and you can do that right now, all the wealth of the world is going to be transferred into your hands proportionately. So make no mistake about it, all right? The gap right here is the opportunity of your lifetime. And if you want to get the full story and the full timeline of what's coming and how to position yourself to profit the way that I have, I'm going to be posting a 90-minute video online on Monday, December 13th that will change the financial destiny of you and your family, all right? It's not going to cost a dime. It's actually going to be free. And I know it's getting close to the holidays, but the reason that I'm doing this now as opposed to waiting until January and the New Year's when, frankly, I'm going to be a lot less busy, is because time is of the essence. And whether you know it or not yet, this is the most important item on your to-do list between now and the end of the year. And I'll just give you kind of a sneak peek of what's going to be in the video. First thing you're going to learn is how you can get extremely rich during times of economic turmoil, even if you don't have a lot of money to invest. If you have 30 bucks to your name, you can get in the game, okay? What's going to happen with the economy over the next 6 to 36 months that is honestly going to bankrupt, unfortunately, the vast majority of the global population, but how you can protect your wealth, all right? And this is just food for thought. This process has already happened in 30 different countries during the last 100 years alone and twice in the United States. So this isn't some doomsday thing that's never happened before. 30 different countries in 100 years, twice in the US already. It's about to happen again. All right? I'm going to show you how I've increased my wealth by 280% since 2008. I'm actually going to go into the details and show you that. While most people have lost their portfolio, and I'm going to show you how you can get on the flip side of this and how you can prosper as well. I'm going to show you how you'd be absolutely freaking nuts to put your money in the stock market right now. If you have a Roth IRA or a 401k that's got you down at the moment, I'm going to show you a secret black box investment strategy that the rich use to grow their money and retire 100% tax-free legally, even if the stock market crashes to zero. All right, if you are tired of seeing your retirement go down with the stock market, this is a very simple solution for you that will bring you returns just as good or better than the market without any of the risk. Okay? I'm also going to show you the top 5 challenges facing the U.S. economy right now and how to protect yourself from all 5 of them. You're going to learn how to make an extra $1,000 to $10,000 a month really easily from home. It's not from a business opportunity or things like that. The biggest issue for me is that a lot of people are at the point where they can't pay their mortgage, they have an adjustable mortgage, and the rates have gone up substantially and they're about to lose their home. My goal is to provide you with a very simple solution I've been doing that will allow you to keep your house, pay your bills, keep your kids in school, and keep life moving forward. All right, next, remember when I had you write down the number 9 right here earlier? Well, I'm going to also show you how you could have turned $20,000 into, you're going to love this, $20,000 into $770,000 in pocket change. I'm not going to worry about it right now. In the course of 9 years, from the year 1971 to 1980, and that cycle that happened then and that investment that was in play then is in play now again, and even more so today. And I'm going to say to a potential factor of 10x. Okay? Substantial, substantial stuff that you need to get involved in here, or at least know about. You don't have to get involved in anything. So finally, you're going to learn what's going to happen soon that is going to make the price of silver, in my opinion, jump from what is right now around $29 an ounce to $900 to $1,000 an ounce, in gold from around $1,400 an ounce to $56,000 an ounce. I'm going to show you why that's going to happen. And then finally, I'm going to show you how you can ensure that your children are going to grow up wealthy, even if you are poor today. All right, even if you are dead broke today, I'm going to show you how you can ensure that your children and their children leave an unbelievable life of financial prosperity. All right. If you've ever wondered how to buy cash flow assets like apartment complexes, we're going to have an incredible opportunity coming up in the next 2 years as real estate bottoms, because it hasn't yet. And if you don't know how to get involved in that and take advantage of those opportunities, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then finally, I'm really going to give you what I believe are the 3 things that you have to have immediately, and I mean between now and January 1st, if you want to profit from the largest wealth transfer in human history that's taking place right now today. All right, so the bottom line is that I'm absolutely disgusted by what the banks, the politicians, and the Wall Street sharks are doing to the great families of America, and I'm making it my mission in life to provide as many people as possible as I can with real information about money, investing, and the economy. So to get free access to the video next week, when it's released, just enter your name and email address below this video into the forum, and I will send you a link to it the moment it goes live. It's not going to cost a dime, and I absolutely can promise that it will change the way you look at the world and the way you look at money forever. So guys, thanks for your time today, and if you resonate with this message and with this mission, please share this page with those you care about. I would appreciate it tremendously. So thanks, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.